Well, today I'm doing a bit of a harvesting video. I'm going to be harvesting my carrots, onions, and then tomorrow I'm going to be harvesting my potatoes, which I topped a week ago. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this cover off. This is a carrot bed, and there's quite a few nice carrots in here. I'm going to harvest them, and then we'll move on to the onions. I'm making this video because when I watch people harvest their vegetables, it's very satisfying to watch them, you know, see their successes and their not so much successes. Well, let's go ahead and pull this cover off. It might be a bit, oh no, the cover's not stuck. The reason why you net carrots like this is because of carrot root fly. It's like the organic way of doing it. Well, I've got my harvesting tray that I made. I have got a harvesting basket, but I don't think it's big enough for some of the things we're doing today, so I'm going to use this. Right, let's start pulling some out. And we'll get some funny shaped ones and some straight ones. I did harvest a one the other day from out of here. I've been harvesting them as and when I've sort of felt a bit peckish out in the garden and just, you know, eating a few of them. See, that one's started to be eaten by something under the ground. So, but yeah, and there's some really nice carrots in here. I got a huge one, which I pulled out, and I did video it on my phone. I'll put the clip up soon. What the? There's a white one. I've got a white carrot. Look at that. Woohoo! Right, I'm going to get on with harvesting these, and if I find anything awesome, I'll show you. But yeah, and I'll show you the results of what I got, and then we'll move on to the onions. Well, there we go. Really nice harvest from that bed there, and I'll be going ahead and chopping all the tops off of these and then storing them. I did do a video on that, so if you want to check that out, there'll be a link in the description for that. And obviously I got some weird rogue white carrots. Now I don't know what I really think about these. I don't know, I don't understand, but I might have to do some research, see why I got white carrots in a normal carrot seed packet. Happy days. Right, let's move on to the onions. Well, I think, like I say in my garden tours, these onions aren't no record breakers, but we do have some onions. Now, I think I'm going to pluck out this one, which is a slightly bigger one. But yeah, I'm now going to go ahead and harvest all of these, and then some winter brassicas will be going in this bed. Honestly, stick around for the potato harvesting, because that is going to be hopefully a bit more impressive. Well, considering these were my first ever onions that I've grown from seed, I've always grown them from sets, I don't think I've done too bad. Obviously it definitely could be better, but I think next year I'm going to grow some from sets and some from seed again, so I'll do a little bit of both. I think the trouble was I had a hotbed going on in I think it was January and February time, and in February obviously it's good to get these guys in nice and early in February, in terms of like in a seed tray ready to go, and so that's what I've done. Put them in the hotbed, Then I added some grass into the hotbed, and I basically gassed out my plants, or my seedlings, and they all died. So then I had to put some more in, and by the time that was in March, and I think that was just, you know, that's obviously quite late, and really they could have been in that month earlier. That would have probably helped. But anyway, I'm going to go get on with the rest of this bed. I'll show you my harvest at the end, and then yeah, might show you me putting some brassicas in. Well, like I said before, certainly no record breakers there, but a good tray of onions. And what I'm going to do is just chop the tops off of these to about sort of there, and then I'll go ahead and lay them on a drying tray, a bit like this tray, but a metal one, and they'll just be left to dry out then. And not only did we get them, but we also got some smaller ones as well, which we'll obviously use first because they haven't got so good storing, you know, capabilities as the bigger ones. So yep, I'm gonna go pop these in the shed. Well, after harvesting some vegetables like that, the ground can get a bit uneven, and so I'm just going to even it up, and then I'm putting in some, like I said, winter brassicas. Very windy today. Well, it's time to put the brassicas in. Now these are cabbages, and they are ready and raring to come out of this. So I'm going to put the label in the ground there. And these will be growing over winter. So I'm going to give them good spacings. Get some water, pop it in the hole. Quite a hot day today. Yeah, look how ready and raring these guys are ready to go, you know. Pop it in the hole with all that moisture. Just give it a good firm down. And I'm actually going to create just a little bit of a well around here, so when it rains or if I'm watering, water will sort of collect at the base and go straight to where them roots are. And now I'm going to do that all the way along, and like I said, I'm giving these plenty of space to grow because they are going to be growing through winter and you get less light in winter. So I'm going to get on with this, and then I'm going to put a cover on it. I might just do it all on time lapse. Enjoy. Well, I think the time lapse ran out, but there we go. This is the results. A nicely covered, netted area of brassicas. Like I said, these are cabbages, winter cabbages, spaced out nicely, so then they'll have plenty of sun, even during winter. Well, that's time for potatoes tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow where I'll be harvesting a load of potatoes. Well, I plan on digging up my potatoes today, one of my most favourite things to do, and I think Mr. Pink, or Balti Boy, is already helping me. Look at him go. Wow, good boy. Eh? Good boy. Yes, good boy. What a little legend, honestly. Look at him. Oh, dig it. Go on. Ah. He's going to be super dirty after today. It is extremely windy today, so hopefully you can hear me. But this is literally my most favourite thing to do over the whole entire growing season, is harvesting potatoes. So I've been looking forward to this day. I have got another big bed of them to harvest, but I'm not going to do that today because they're not quite ready. But these ones they've been topped for a week. So I chopped the tops off of these last Friday, and it is now the following Friday, and they're ready to go. Usually I'd leave them for about 2 weeks, but I did see a little bit of mouse damage on one of them. So I'm a little bit worried if I leave them in the ground, they might get decimated by mice. So let's go ahead and get these out. That's enough talking, and let's get digging. Right. So I'm going to start on this middle row, and we'll see what we've got. Now I think I'm going to start off by actually digging by hand. This is just something that I like to do. I know it's a bit awkward. Now these guys were buried very deeply, and well, there we go. That's our first potato, and it has, like I said, got a bit of that damage on it. So the damaged ones I'm going to just put to one side, and they'll be the ones that we use first. Wow, there's going to be some absolute monsters in here. Look at that. Now, I think every potato grower has that thing where they have to check what they've grown before they even dig it up properly. And that's exactly what happened to me. I had to have a little look. So I have had a little look and dug up like 2 or 3 potatoes from a couple of these plants. But right, let's go ahead and pull the main stalk out. I will use the fork. Look at that, half of that's been eaten. Dang it. Oh my God, what a beast. Mr. Pink, it's a potato. Right, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the camera on time lapse, and we'll just keep digging away and until I get to the last row, and then I'll show you a bit more of that. This is the eaten part. Well, I don't know how much you can see of me here because the lighting is a bit weird, but hopefully you can see something. I'm on to my last 3 plants. Now, the harvests haven't been as good as what I was hoping for. However, the potatoes that I've got are absolute clonkers. I've never grown so big potatoes before. So, there's an up, there's also a down. I also definitely think this soil needs some care. I think what it needs is ideally me to sieve it all, because there's some absolutely humongous chunks of wood in here and stuff. You know, I'm chucking them out, some huge stones and that sort of thing. And then once I've sieved it all and got all them out, I think then what need doing is I'm going to dig my trenches out, put my manure in, then I'm going to plant a cover crop after I've filled them trenches in, and of like winter field beans, because that's what I've got for cover crop. Then I'll flatten that crop down, and then I'll put a good sized layer of manure on the top for over winter. That's the plan. Well, certainly not as many potatoes as I first thought. We did get a bucket full, as you can see, but these ones here are the ones that have been eaten and are probably going to go bad if I put them to storage. That one I stabbed. There's the odd one that I did accidentally stab with a fork, but that one's been like hollowed out a bit. There's still a bit we can eat on these, so we will eat them, but yeah. These ones over here, have been eaten to the point where we can't eat them. Like, look at that. That's been absolutely hollowed out. And that's what I mean. Some of these potatoes, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they got eaten to the point where, like, I couldn't even, I didn't even know there was a potato there, you know. I'll show you a couple of the giants. So these ones really, really did shock me. I couldn't believe it. But we have some absolute monsters of potatoes. Like, look at that one. And I really should have kept them on the top. But in the bottom here, see if I can find another huge one. Yeah, look at that. That is absolutely gigantic. Look at them. Oh my God. Like, they are massive. Never grown potatoes that big before, but I have now. All in all, I'll just feel how much I think this is. It's hard to say. There's quite a bit of weight there. That's got to be, I mean, that's got to be 20 kilos. That's got to be, surely. Yeah, I'm saying 20 kilos. That's really quite heavy, that is. Yeah, not as many as I wanted, but hey ho. And I'm telling you now, the bed which is over there, that gets more sun, soil quality is a lot better. It is a new variety that I've never tried before that I'm growing in there, so that might be a downside, it might be an upside, don't know. But when I harvest them, we should get more. I'm hoping. But yeah, this is a bonus. Hey ho, brilliant. I'm happy. Gigantic chips. Could you imagine that as like a big chip, like that long length? That's a big chip. Well, thanks so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and check out some of the other videos. I actually do garden tours around my garden to show you exactly what I'm growing and how it's doing. Not everything works out well. Some things do, some things don't. Maybe go check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.